Now let's check if the glue is sticking, if the glue is good and dry. It doesn't need to be completely dry, okay? It just needs to be at a point where you can run it through the sewing machine. It can't be sticking to your finger. So let's take it off from here. Let's remove our mesh. And now, with careful precision, let's proceed to trim off all of this excess material that is no longer needed, ensuring a clean and refined edge. We will meticulously clean it all up here, removing any remaining debris or imperfections to achieve a perfectly finished and polished result. All done. Now let's go to the sewing machine. Before we run it through the sewing machine, if your glue is still tacky or sticky, because this glue is G8, if it's a PU glue, you don't need to do this step, okay? If it's PU glue, you just apply it, wait 5 seconds, and it's already dry. But if it's not PU glue, if it's G8, you have to do this process we're doing right now. You're going to put the non-stick sheet, the paper, on top. Then take your iron, place it on, at the very least, and count to 5. It's 5 seconds, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then move a little further ahead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep doing this all the way to the end, and open it slowly and check if it's nice and dry. If it's really dry like this, not sticking much, you don't need to do it until it gets hard, but it does need to be pretty sturdy. Now let's move on to the machine, and remember, if you're using PU glue, you don't need to do this heat activation step just at the end, but at this point here, it's not necessary. You put it on, wait about 5 minutes, then move on to the sewing machine. Now let's do the 6 straight stitch pass inside this area, right here inside the glue, okay. Don't let it catch on the paper at the sides, especially this one here, which is where the finishing will be. So try to sew a line that's a little closer to the edge. Here it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but it does need to be really close to the edge here. Pay close attention. I'm going to set the machine to number 2. I'm going to line up the end of this presser foot with the start of our masking tape to use as a guide for the stitching. I'm going to set it to number 2, and now, slowly, without rushing, you just go ahead nice and slow. If you're not used to sewing on the machine, there's no need to hurry. Really slow. If it ends up like this, stretch it out. It caught a little bit here, see guys? It caught a bit here, but that's not a problem. You pull it, cut it, and now go again. You go here, look, put it in the middle. Pull it, sink the thread, cut it, and go again. There's no mistake here, because this is just a straight stitch. Where do I sew, 𝗓𝗓𝗃? I sewed 2 lines right here in the middle. I don't know if you can see it, but there are 2 stitches here in the middle. I'm going to try to bring it a little lower, closer to here. and the rest I'm going to put upwards, 6 to 8 passes, but I'm going to do it 8 times, okay? I'm going through it quickly here, but you can go slower. You can go slow since you don't have much experience with the machine. The important thing is that this part here is full of stitches. Let's take a look here. I'm going to move it a little higher. Look at that. Now I'm just checking the spots that are empty. And I'll try to fill in all these spots that are without stitching. This stitching is to secure our hair. After we do this process here, I think that's enough thread. Now I'm going to add another layer of glue and wait another 5 minutes. Like I said, since this glue is a G8, I'm going to wait about 5 minutes. I'm going to put that non-stick paper and we're going to heat it up now to set the stitching together with the glue. Let's fold the weft, kind of like this, guys. It needs to be thin at this base here. This is the base we want. This is where we're going to sew the American stitch. So we only want this base here, and then we'll cut off the excess. Just to recap, we separated the hair, applied the glue. We waited for it to dry. Let's go to the sewing machine. We did 8 straight stitches within this space. Now we're going to apply the glue a second time. I'm going to put it a little farther away because I want it from here to here. Like I said, I'm not going to drag the glue over there, so it doesn't get under our tape. Let's remove the excess. Now let's wait for 5 minutes. Now that 5 minutes have passed, what are we going to do? We're going to place it inside the non-stick paper. And with the flat iron, it's set to 190 degrees. I'm going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move a little further forward and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do this throughout all the hair, along the entire weft. Now, I'm going to meticulously check the current state of the glue, carefully assessing its consistency and adhesion. I will go over it one more time, thoroughly examining every part to ensure it has properly set. As you can clearly see, it's no longer sticky at all, indicating a successful and complete drying process. Now, let's go to the sewing machine to make our fold. How are we going to make our fold? We're going to fold it about here. This is the amount we need for our finishing.